All right, so we're recording. How we doing today, everybody? It is October 3rd. It is 11:40 a.m. It is Tuesday. It is the professional trader here, and I'm here back with my brother Kailash. Today's video is just going to be us talking about the Forex markets, looking at some indices, and I'll be updating my FTMO account for anybody who is on my journey watching me on that. So just gonna go ahead and get started. Gonna be turning off the camera today just because it's between the camera and the mouse. Yeah. So gonna go ahead and get started, right? So let's just go ahead and hide that. Turn this off. All right. So anybody who knows me and knows the way I trade, I always like to take a look at the DXY first. So on my last video on Sunday, kind of just had this game plan on DXY. We saw that it came down a little bit and then never really just made a lower low. And then we saw on the daily last week on Friday that the market kind of closed. I believe this is a pin bar right here, right? But just like indication showing that this market was not just like ready to start falling down, at least in my opinion. And then when the market opened up, we see that the market opened up with no signs of slowing down. But at the moment, we're right at a resistance level. We saw price. There's a lot of noise in this area right here. We saw that price fell once. Price attempted to go up here, came right back down, and then price fell. Here another time. So just a couple of times prices fell. So potential resistance. And then the same thing over here. Price came up here and then immediately started to shoot back down. So just the area we should be aware of. So looking at the DXY, not completely just ready to short it, and not completely just like ready to buy it, but I'm still more so like on the buy side rather than the sell side, just because from a technical analysis standpoint and from a fundamental standpoint, the dollar has just been bullish. If we look at Forex Factory today, some news came out, uh, Joe's job openings, and if we read it, the number of job openings during the reported month, excluding the farming industry. So actual greater than forecast is good for currency, and what was forecasted was 8.81 million, and the number that was not was 9.61 million. So a pretty big difference, right? So from an economic standpoint, we could say that that's good for the DXY, and we see that playing out today. But just pushing up right to that resistance level. So how it's going to play out from here, I'm not too sure. But a trade that I'm in at the moment is AUD USD. Why I took it was for this reason right here. If we go to the daily, we see that we got this big close with momentum below this support level right here. So all I want to see is, can price come to this next level of support, which is all the way down here. So on the 1 hour, we saw that we had a pretty clean break, followed by a perfect retest of the support level, right? And then we saw this bearish momentum come in. So after this bearish candle came in, I took a trade on this candle right here, the second hour one. This is kind of in the way. I took a trade on this candle right here on the hourly chart. So, just trying to see if we can get that momentum continuation to the downside. You can say this pair is oversold just because it's been trending down for however long it has, but I'm not really like just gonna say it's oversold and just start buying it. I'm just gonna personally continue start trading with the trend. So small risk, only 28 pips, but reward of 139. So pretty good risk to reward ratio. Another trade that I was looking at that I was stopped out of was GBP JPY. I was trading GBP JPY just because the overall structure, was still bullish in my opinion. So we saw that we have some support levels that weren't holding. We saw that we had a price bounce one, two times, three times, almost a fourth time, but we saw that like price, close below it, but not like with crazy momentum. So yes, it is bearish at the moment, most definitely, but I think the overall structure, is bullish. So when we got down here, was just looking to see if price could potentially get that continuation back to the upside. But obviously that that didn't work out, right? So looking at GBP JPY, I'm not looking to buy it. And my the way I wanted to trade it was, realistically, I was looking for the break above here before I started to buy it. But I like the level and I like the risk to reward. But to me now, GBP JPY most definitely looks bearish until further notice. And if I was trading JPY now, I would be expecting it to at least come down, to this level of support here, right? Before looking at another potential buy. But you see that we have this big like support, in this area like down here, but that's still like a ways away. But from a technical analysis standpoint, the chart still does look bullish to me. So it's just looking for that bounce continuation to the upside, but didn't get that. So would I be looking to sell this now? Not yet, just because how it went all the way down here and wig. Don't really like that because is the yen strong? Is the yen weak? I feel like it's just a little too early to say. So I'll probably just be staying away. At the moment. Only trade I'm in right now is AUD USD. Uh, you know, Markets to me at the moment, not really, not really too many setups, right? If you look at GBP USD, um, maybe a potential setup if we could get a bigger pushback to this support level that was broken and then a continuation to the downside. But just want to see right, just want to see this support level get touched, right? Personally, price doesn't always do that, but that's just personally what I'm looking for. Gold looks like it's heading back to this support level that's all the way down here, right? It looks like it's almost there, so it looks like that's where it wants to go. But for me, not really any sell setups because I wouldn't want to sell it down here at where it's at right now, all the way down here. And I wouldn't want to buy it just yet, right? Just because personally, I would like for it to touch here and then maybe do some type of something like that, right? So not really a setup for me on gold. Euro USD, still just being cautious on something like Euro USD. Just, I mean, it looks like it's breaking the support level down here, but this is something that I probably trade on the daily time frame. Could we can price close like this? There's still 4 hours left, so just want to see how that closes. And if prices close below there, on the lower time frame, like the 4 hour, on the 1 hour, can we get a bounce back to this what was one support and then continuation back down. So just gonna be more patient with Euro USD. I like AUD USD more than Euro USD just because I feel like AUD USD has a little bit more room to that next support level, and Euro USD is already there. Um, Euro AUD, see that Euro AUD is kind of like what I was looking for on GBP JPY. You see that right? Overall, from a technical analysis standpoint, in my opinion, this is still a bullish chart, but it's most definitely been bearish, like for the time being, right? So we saw that we got to this support level right here, right? And we see that price did this little pin bar and it's been pushing up, right? Kind of like what I was looking for on GBP JPY. But it seems like Euro AUD is potentially continuing that continuation back to the upside. But we're right at this level of resistance right here, right? So for me to go bullish on this chart and buy it, we just want to see a convincing break to the upside here. And if we can get a good retest, then we'll be looking to buy it to the next resistance level. So your AUD looking like a potential setup, maybe, but it could also just continue to range like how it's been doing. So just have to be cautious on your AUD. USD CAD, USD CAD is a chart that I am potentially looking at to buy. Uh, just because it's been shooting up really high, right? And then we see that we finally had the break of this resistance level right here, right? So you know, is it due for a bigger retest, or is it just going to test the support level right here, continue going up? We're just gonna have to see. Just want to see how USD CAD plays out, but looking to potentially buy USD CAD, right? But if it does break below like this little support level down here, then we'll be looking for buys, on who knows, but we'll be looking for buys, from a Fibonacci standpoint. If we drop from here to here, we have levels that we can look to continue to buy from. But looks bullish to me at the moment, until we, get to these areas of resistance at least, right? But that's how I feel about the markets. Not really too many things going on. Kailash, man, what are you looking at, man?
Oh yeah, I like the US. I was just looking at the Canadian dollar one
Hmm.
because yeah, like oil pulled back, right? And
Yeah.
that's definitely helping, right? The US dollar, Canadian dollar.
Hmm.
What's interesting though too is the gold, oil, silver,
Are you
obviously same
are
thing.
you able to share your chart?
Oh yeah, yeah, let's see. Yeah.
Or do I need to?
Oh yeah, I might need to enable it. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so you can just go ahead and
Okay.
share your screen. Pause the record.
Okay, yeah, it says like host disabled.
Hmm.
So wait.
I think I paused the record.
Hmm.
All right,
All
so
right.
we're back.
Yeah, one interesting thing about the Canadian economy, like Canadian is very like commodity. So it's not only just oil, it's like wheat and all that other stuff. So a
Mhm.
lot because the DXY has been so strong and these currencies are going down, like it's actually like the prices of the commodities are going down. So I like the USD CAD strength. And one thing I was looking at with the DXY, with this whole news thing that happened this morning,
Mhm.
the high of yesterday's candle, I just kind of drew that line. And then watching how price has reacted today with that whole news, it's
Mhm.
interesting. Like we had the spike up, it came all the way back down. It kind of grinded all the way near the highs, and then it pulled back down. And we're not able to get below yesterday's high. So it's still all bulls as long as we're above yesterday's high.
Yeah.
And we like you said, we're a little bit extended. People are starting to catch on. I'm starting to hear everybody saying, okay, bonds are going down, yields are going up, dollars going up, which means you just want to have dollars basically. So everybody's trying to like getting on the same side of the boat. So it has me cautious too, but the trend is your friend. It's very bullish. It's a new month. It's like a new, how do I say this? It's a new month. It's a new quarter.
Mhm.
So there's new candles. So I like to mark up the highest price of September on all of these pairs. So I have like all the USD pairs, and you can see the whole Japan, right? That Japanese dollar, that Japanese yen reaction. That puts us under the high of September. So we can see Japan's the strongest. And I like when you talk about USD Australia, we can see Australia, the USD Australia pair is the strongest. So I should say Australia is the weakest, or no, I might be totally getting that mixed up. But anyways, USD AUD is
Yeah, so the
strongest.
Australian dollar would be, I swear that still confuses me. Like I gotta say it slowly just so I don't confuse
Yep,
myself.
yep.
Yeah,
It's the weakest. Yes. Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So we're still like most of the USD pairs were above September's high. So I'm watching that. And it's the same idea on the 3 month candle when you do that. Um, so if I were to be, how do I say it, bearish on the USD, I would want to see these candles get below those highs. One thing I wanted to show you too is the DXY. Let's see the picture I have. Yeah, this is like the components of the DXY. So the DXY only has 6 currencies, and most of what moves the DXY is the euro, and then Japanese yen is next, and then
Mhm.
GBP, and then yeah, Canadian dollar. So those are the
believe
main.
Euro USD is like the most traded pair too, right? Like in the world or something
Oh,
like that. I believe
yeah,
so. I believe so.
that does make sense, right? Because like they're like a bunch of countries, right? Yeah, yeah, because it's like the European Union. That's interesting. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that does make sense though.
So what surprises me in Japan, because we don't hear too much about Japan, but I know in the 80s and the 90s, Japan was huge, so it still has that staying power, I guess.
Yeah, and then it's funny because you pointed out that like the 10-year yield bonds and like the 2-year yield. I believe you pointed out the 2-year yield bond have like a correlation with like USD JPY. And,
Yeah.
and and like and like I heard it again watching somebody else, like he was just giving his outlook on like the Japanese yen, and he said it too. So it's just like, seeing that 13%, does
Mm.
kind of make sense. Like when you realize that like the 10-year yields and 2-year yields like move similar with something like USD JPY.
And they're a big purchaser of US bonds. I think it's China and Japan. Japan might be the largest. China used to be or something like that. But yeah, they're huge. They buy a lot of bonds. And the interesting thing is the reason why uh what's it called? USD JPY's chart looks so crazy, not recently, but just in overall, like it looks like it's just going up only, right? Like basically Japan is in a situation where it has a choice where in order to save its bond market, it has to kill the currency. So that's why their currency is having such a problem. But yeah, those I like those 3 month candles. Like you can't be bearish on the DXY without it like breaking down below September or like the high of this quarter. And I did want to show you like it is possible these like megaphones. That's right, I had it here. In 2015, the DXY it pulled back. Okay, it made a new low here, and then it went straight to a new high and then all the way back down to a new low. So I always keep that in mind in a longer term perspective. And I'm not like trying to predict the future, but like I always want to kind of be like adaptable. Like anything can happen, right? Like
For sure,
so
for
yeah,
sure,
I just have to
for
say
sure.
that.
Yeah.
But
And then
very
we have
bullish.
NFP coming. Who knows
Oh,
how NFP on Friday,
yep.
will affect the DXY. So
Don't you think that's what we're waiting for? Because overall, like this reaction, it was a reaction, but it wasn't huge. Like we're
yeah,
kind of still sideways, basically.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
And it has been one day, but yeah.
I feel like this evening, heading in tomorrow for sure.
Mm.
Like we'll kind of start to paint the picture for Friday. But
Yeah.
yeah, just gonna have to see. But not a lot of things just like setting up. Now I'm feeling like
Yeah.
I should have never stopped out of my trades that I was
I
in.
was thinking the same thing. Yep.
Because it's
Because you're
like,
yeah, like it's funny. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They were really good, I think. Like the
yeah.
momentum. Yeah.
And it's like I captured a lot of pips on them, so it's like I can't even say that I closed them out early because I felt like
Mm.
I didn't, but like to just still see them, especially gold, to just still see gold
Yes.
going. It's crazy because I think I closed out with like 500 plus pips on gold, and then to
That's
see it just
crazy.
do like another 500 or like however much it just did
Yeah.
is crazy.
And do you modify the orders? Like do you know how to like do you know like you modify the order? You can close partial.
Yeah. So um that's kind of because like that's it's funny because like as much as like you need a game plan with taking a trade, you need a game plan with like
And
closing out of a
exit.
trade, and yeah, you
Yeah.
like that exit because I've been in a lot of profit and like seen it just completely turn it back the other way. So now what I do,
Mhm.
because I like the swing trader in me sometimes never wants to close out a trade because like I want to take this thing all the way, but it's like
Yeah.
there are support and resistance levels, along like the path of it heading up or it heading down. So
Yeah.
now what I'm doing is, when I see these support and resistance levels, I'll maybe cut off just a little bit of profit and then I'll also trail my stop loss. So
Mm.
that's like my new way of going about things. So, maybe let's say I was up like it went up like 60, 70 pips and I was like in a dollar lot. I'd probably close like a 40 cent lot and let the 60 cent lot continue to run, for however long and things like
Yeah.
that. So yeah. So yeah, that's it is my like new plan, but uh I I, I haven't like I haven't seen how profitable it can be yet, right? Because it hasn't been tested from a longer term thing. So like if I need to go about that differently, like maybe because when I do take a loss, like when I cut out the trade early, like
Mm.
you know what I mean? Like let's say I cut out some of the profits, my stop loss gets hit, and that keeps happening. And then I take one like loss, and that one loss kind of was basically everything that I was all the profits that I got because I kept getting
Okay.
stopped out. Yeah, so you know what I
Yep.
mean? So
Yep.
like
Yep.
I need to see if that like ratio of me doing that is profitable. But so far it is, right? Like so far, but like we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, I know it's good to have like 20%, like not too much, right? But like I know what you mean, like it lowers the cover, lowers the cost basis. I like just doing that a little bit because I
Okay.
like getting into like a risk-free trade and
Yeah,
then
for
just
sure.
letting it run. But I know what you mean because after a couple of days, sometimes you just want to close it out, just get it out of the way, like get it over with,
Yeah.
and it just sometimes just keeps running. Like I've been there, yeah, quite a few times. Yeah,
Are you in any trades? Like, what's a
yeah.
trade?
So it's not like the greatest trade, right? Because like I just kind of bottom fished gold here. The biggest reason why it's really like it's really deep, and
and
my biggest reason though, it's
it's
because
right
of
at
this
that support though.
March.
Yeah.
Yeah, like this was the whole banking crisis. Gold shot up like 250 points basically because I forgot about how the pips work, so I just say like points, but like dollars, I guess, whatever. But yeah, like just because of like that whole banking fear, and now we've retraced that whole move,
Yeah.
and the interest rates are still high. I know interest rates and the dollar negatively affect gold, but I'm also looking at the dollar, looking for just a small, slight pullback. And the way I entered it was basically right after the data because I wanted to wait for the data to come out. And once I saw the data released, dollar shot up. But then once I saw the dollar give back the whole entire move, I think you can probably see this. I saw the dollar give back the whole move, so gold pulled all the way back, and then it kind of had a big spike back up. So I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I want to get in this, but I mean, we're all the way up here. I don't want to just like FOMO in, buy it right at the top. So I waited, and it came all the way back down. So I just took like a bottom fish basically. I picked that, and I put my stop a bit under, and I've raised my stop since then. But
Yeah. Honestly,
immediately after, I entered XAU. I entered a quarter lot, I believe that's what it's called. And then I every push up, I just took off 0.05. So I took off a fifth.
a quarter lot, like
And
a $2.50.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Or no, 25 cents. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, it's 25 cents.
Pretty small, I think. But
Wait, 0.25 or 0. Because
exactly, yeah, 0.25.
okay, I think that's $2.50. If because
Okay,
you
okay, okay.
yeah, because 0.05 would be 50 cents, and then zero point zero
Okay.
nine would be
Yeah, I
90
was
cents.
thinking 2.5. I was like, whoa. But
You
you're right.
know,
Yeah, yeah. That's we can't even do that. I
I
can't even
made
do that.
I
That's
made
the
a
top.
mistake because
Oh,
I literally tried to do something like that as well, and I entered thinking I was like in a 25 cent lot, but it was a $2.50 lot,
mm,
and
oh, instantly you get hurt.
yeah, also it says we have 10 minutes left, which sucks,
Okay,
but
okay.
whatever. But nah, we're fine. But yeah, I don't know if you ever caught that video I made when I made that mistake of entering USD
I
CAD.
did.
Yeah,
There's like zero point 0.8 or something. Like it was more.
yeah,
Yeah.
literally wanted to enter like a eight, thinking that I thought you could do like a 25 cent lot, but you can't do like a 85 cent lot. It has to be 80, or I don't know if you can do 81, but it has to be 80, 90, 70. You couldn't do like
Oh,
a
okay.
76. Yeah. because
Oh
like
wow, I didn't know that.
76 would be 0.076 because a 50 cent lot is 0.05. Like
Oh, and they automatically just like I know. Yep, yep. I've done that before on
yeah,
another thing. I tried to type in 0.5 and it put in 5.
yeah, five.
Yep.
Yeah, so yeah, there's gotta be a little bit cautious of that. But I see you said you've taken out some profits.
Yeah. At this point, my stop loss, it's a negative $10 and I've locked in, let's see. See what I'm at. Yeah, I've locked in 127.
Okay,
Took
that's
some
nice.
couple losses yesterday, but yeah, I feel pretty good. I've kind of just locked it in for the day. Stocks are down. I'm not buying today under the open. The dollar, I think I'm waiting for the dollar to pull back a bit. Hopefully I don't get stopped out of this, but it's no big deal if I am. I've pretty much locked in like most of what I wanted to get. I
Yeah,
tried
for
an attempt
sure.
yesterday, but I stopped out. These are my only gold trades on this account just
Man,
recently.
is your FTMO account still active?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. It does not look good.
Hey man.
But yeah, just I'm kind of just riding out this stocks pullback because I don't want to sound too overconfident, but
Mhm.
this is my FTMO account.
Okay.
But I'm feeling really confident because like I got plenty of drawdown left. I got like just to wait things out.
Mhm.
But the way I trade the Nasdaq and those with this FTMO account, I can just get like a one micro size of the Nasdaq,
Yeah, and
and
you'll
once it
be
has its bounce, and it'll give a lot.
man.
Obviously, there's no guarantees in the market, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Can you pull up some Nasdaq? I mean, maybe
sure,
some
yeah. Let's
indices
see
real
it.
quick. Yeah, right. Maybe before
I have mine on my other.
this meeting ends.
Yeah, it's very bad. It's very bearish, but it's
So
actually
not
holding.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's holding that support, but you know today it's not looking too well, right?
no. But if you look at the SPY, the S&P, much worse. The tech names are really strong compared to the S&P. S&P is making a new low, whereas the
Yeah.
Nasdaq, it's a higher
Well,
low.
yeah,
So yeah, we
yeah.
can see that strength there a little bit. The way I play it always, I watch the open, that green line, and right here, as long as we're below the open, the cash market buyers are not in control. So the buyers from 9:30 to 10. And as long as we are below yesterday's low, which I have usually, yeah, I don't know why I don't have yesterday's low marked up. But anyways, as long as we're below yesterday's low, the day plus sellers are advancing. So at this point on the S&P 500, it's just sellers. Completely sellers are in control. Sellers are doing the work, and I don't want to stand in front of that. And I'm gonna wait until tomorrow or the day after tomorrow until we have a day where the price is above the open. That's all. That's mainly what I want to see. So yeah, that's the yesterday's low. As long as we're below yesterday's low and we're below the overnight low, buyers they're not in control. Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree with that, definitely. I've
And
heard like this is the fourth quarter, and
yeah,
like stocks usually like kind of recover during the fourth quarter and things of that nature. So
yeah,
not like wouldn't put all my money on that, but like right,
exactly.
you know, is this like the time where we start to see like that bounce, you know, that back to the upside, right? And you know,
I'm
it's
waiting for it. And especially late, it'll be like even later on to the year. One other interesting fact is it's obviously no guarantees in the market, but stocks almost never go down during an election year. I'm pretty sure. I might be completely off, but I'm there's like a certain fact like that. Next year's an election year, whole thing. But yeah, I can
it's
see this shaping up too. A little
it's
bit of
still
like a
just
fall.
like overall from a fundamental standpoint, not bullish, but from like a technical analysis standpoint, like not like bearish most definitely in the
Yeah,
recent, but like from a longer time frame, like still like in an overall like uptrending market that looks like is that's just I like been needing to catch a break, right? And been needing to retrace honestly.
yeah.
So
The safest way, in my opinion, to play it is just put a line right here and just make a simple statement. As long as the NASDAQ is under 15,000, and right now it's 14,750, you got plenty of time. Like let the buyers prove it. Let the buyers actually prove it to you before you put your money on the line.
Yeah, yeah, for
So
sure.
I'm just, yeah, like if you want to be a
Same.
patient person, you can just wait. Just wait. And if it never happens, if price just continues to fall and fall, then you can buy it cheaper too. So
Yeah,
it's like,
true.
yeah, no matter what, you kind of win. And of course, anything can happen. We can just go sideways for years. I
That's for
mean,
sure. And like,
yeah.
you know, if it did break that daily low that it's kind of making right now, all
Yeah.
the way back down, like,
Oh
you know,
yeah.
maybe could look at shorting it, but like I
Yeah, yeah.
personally not something that I wouldn't be wanting to short stocks personally, right? But could be
Yeah.
looking to short it to the next level of support, like wherever that is potentially.
I made a rule to myself about at the beginning of the year, late like mid year. I said just never short stocks again. I if I'm gonna
Understandable.
short, yeah, exactly. Short only for like one day, but
Yeah,
don't short and hold on to it for days because it's you're fighting against the market. One other thing I
yeah,
want to say too, the 3 month chart, it's possible. You can't say it's not possible. Like
yeah,
we
for
could
sure,
break down. Yeah, if we
for
break that
sure.
low.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
we break that low right there, then it's pretty much like looks like it could just potentially start the free fall.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, what does that line up with? That lines up with the DXY. It's completely inverse,
Wow. Hmm.
right?
That's interesting. That's cool. That's very cool.
Yeah, yeah. So we'll see. It's gonna be
Yeah.
interesting. It's gonna be
Yeah,
interesting
we'll see.
next
Yeah,
late
man.
end of the year too.
Man, we'll probably get back on Friday, man. We can get on for NFP, see how
Oh
these
yeah,
markets move, right?
that'll be cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Definitely.
for sure, man. Pretty sure this thing is about to end any second, man. So, man,
Yeah,
Kailash, appreciate you for coming on, man. Learned a lot
definitely.
from
Yeah,
you,
thanks
most
for having
definitely.
me on. Yeah, yeah.
Nah, man. My pleasure. It's my honor. Yeah, man. But get back with you on Friday. Thank you to
Definitely.
anybody who's watching. Thank you to anybody who's commenting, liking. Most definitely appreciate y'all. Uh, you guys be safe out here in these markets. Have a great day. And Kailash, I'll see you on Friday, man.
For sure. Yeah. Take care.
All right, man.